Good evening and welcome. I'm Chichioku, Executive Director of EverThrive, Illinois. I'm so grateful that you have joined us tonight for the 2021 annual benefit as we toast to another year of improving the health of women, children, and families. Though we still cannot be together in person, it is so important to pause and recognize the wins from the past year. The challenges that we face today are not much different from those that we have met head-on for over 30 years. That is why it is so crucial to take the opportunity to celebrate the wins, both big and small, fueling our persistence with that inspiration. The past year has shown us just how broken our systems are for those who rely on them the most. While we may have been in the same storm, we are all experiencing it from very different ships. EverThrive Illinois knows for us all to truly thrive, no one can be left without a lifeboat. That is why we have dedicated ourselves for over 3 decades to fighting for that change that provides support and stability no matter how high the waves. Each year, each victory brings with it progress that is building a brighter future for Illinois. But none of this would be possible without your generosity and support. It's thanks to your donations that allow us to extend our hands to those who need our help. No matter how much you can give, every single cent is making an impact for families across the state. Please make your gift today and ensure that EverThrive Illinois can continue this work for years to come. I want to say a special thank you to tonight's sponsors who have made this evening possible. I also want to thank the EverThrive Illinois Board of Directors and Annual Benefit Committee for making this evening a delightful celebration of the work that is supporting healthier families and building stronger communities. Finally, I thank each one of you for taking time from the hustle and bustle of daily life to hear what EverThrive Illinois has been up to for the past year, and helping us raise critical dollars to continue this work into the future. Together, we will make it a brighter future for us all.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Ariel Thomas Sansing, and I'm proud to serve as the chair of the Board of Directors for EverThrive Illinois. On behalf of the board, thank you for being here tonight and for your continued support of this work to improve health, strengthen communities, and advance health equity. If this work inspires you as it inspires me, I hope you will join EverThrive Illinois as a sustaining health champion. By making a recurring monthly donation, you'll help push forward policy and programming that has an immediate impact on families while making lasting and transformative change. If you're passionate about racial and health justice in Illinois, this is how you can make a difference right now and for years to come. Visit everthriveillinois.org today to learn more and make your donation. Thank you.
Being a champion for health equity means identifying and addressing threats to our public health values. It's embracing and including that health equity lens into everything we do to ensure that everyone, absolutely everyone, has access to the supports and care they need to thrive in their communities.
Being a champion for health equity means working collaboratively with communities facing the most pressing health issues. Black and brown people, trans and non-binary people, all pregnant people, to develop solutions that meet their needs. EverThrive has a long history of community-driven policy and capacity building, whether it's engaging our family councils across the state of Illinois or getting doula and home visiting services covered by Illinois Medicaid. EverThrive is an organization that works alongside people. And to me, a thriving Illinois means that anyone can walk into a clinic and be taken seriously without experiencing bias or structural racism. It means that all people have the resources that meet the social determinants of health, like housing, income, access to insurance, and the social emotional support that they need to thrive.
I envision a healthier and thriving Illinois when our Black and brown people do not have to be fearful that the color of their skin is going to impact the type of care and support and treatment that they receive. I also envision a healthier Illinois when we can really build up our communities and we have the types of services and supports embedded in communities to support the unique needs of its residents and making sure that there are no limitations that will impact a person in being its healthiest.
EverThrive Illinois has always had a pretty simple vision: make the world a healthier place to be. And that starts with being champions for health equity. It means fighting for better health policy and confronting the racial, social, and economic barriers that are holding people back. Everything affects our health. From the womb, we are constantly facing things that influence how we move through this world. From the care our parents receive before we're born, to the zip code we grow up in, and where we go to school. Health isn't individual. It's affected by each other, by our environment, and by the things that cause us stress, and those things that bring us joy. This work begins with asking questions, discovering what's not working and how we fix it. Do you have a provider that you can trust? Are you and your family vaccinated and protected from disease? Are you safe while going through pregnancy, labor, and delivery? Do you have a support system in place when transitioning into parenthood? All these pieces play a vital role in how people are able not just to survive, but to truly thrive. EverThrive Illinois' history as a convener and as a trusted partner means that we start by connecting with communities across Illinois and listening to the issues affecting them. We then partner with organizations that have deep roots in each of these communities. We bring together those with similar missions to develop innovative solutions to complex problems. We synthesize all of this information to identify what needs to change, whether at the policy, program, or community level. We build our recommendations, refining them with communities and our organizational partners. Then, armed with specific recommendations, EverThrive Illinois leverages relationships with Illinois lawmakers to advance these new policies. We bridge decision makers with those most affected by their decisions, and we provide expertise supporting these recommendations becoming a new law or improving a current one. Perhaps most importantly, we keep the conversation going. We make sure that these changes have a positive impact and that they are working. And if they're not, we get back to work. This process is continual and ever evolving. It recognizes the role each of us can play in building the future that we know is possible. Over the years, we have made birth safer in Illinois. We've helped parents feel more secure getting their kids vaccinated. We've helped Illinoisans understand their reproductive health care rights, and we've strengthened community-based healthcare. But there is still so much more we can accomplish. We can ensure that all families have access to high-quality, comprehensive healthcare. We can build trust between communities in the healthcare system. And we can eliminate the inequities in healthcare that impact women, children, and families. We can make these changes and so much more with our determination, our compassion, and our commitment to justice.
Hello, this is Mary Beth Long from Marion in downstate Illinois. I first heard about EverThrive back in 2010 when the awesome Kathy Wallagora came to John A. Logan College to present an Affordable Care Act training to our early Head Start families. Although my career focus has shifted a bit, I continue to celebrate the awesome work that EverThrive does, especially when it comes to my passion in advocating for health equity for all children and family from the north to the south of the state. Through their legislative and policy work, that is an area that is so desperately needed where I am, where we seldom hear about legislation that is impacting our families. EverThrive is my go-to to stay current in this important work. So I give gratitude for EverThrive, for their wonderful staff, their leadership, and their supporters. Keep up the good fight, EverThrive.
EverThrive Illinois is a not-for-profit organization. We focus on public health related themes. And so that work not only impacts Chicago, but throughout the state. There's a number of different opportunities where we engage families. One of the goals that we like to do is to be able to collect feedback, but also bring awareness and education depending on what it is.
I was a single mom, not my first child, but a single mom, needed some assistance. Because I was a participant, I had feet on the ground dealing with other participants and mothers. I talked to them on a daily basis. So because of that, Sheila, hey, I can use you for a community project. We need to get a voice out, a voice heard. How does this affect you? How do I see it affecting others? So we had moms that had been through the program, moms that were working in the program. We had dads that had been through the program. We had grandmas that had been through the program. So all these people have come together to discuss them personally. How did it make them feel? Was it easy? Was it hard? What did you find beneficial? What didn't work for you? What worked for you?
A number of organizations, service providers, that if they're not on the ground to see what is going on, there are certain elements that they're missing. Certain Black and brown community areas were issued a certain color coupon, and they could only go to one particular place. And depending on if you're going to school, you're working, and you're doing all of these things outside of your community area, and not adding the fact that if you're also on the train and bus, who can get to that one particular location if they close by a certain time? That became an issue, and you started to hear that more often than not. And that was another recommendation of transitioning to a card service instead of using coupons. So then that way, that made it easier and accessible for families. I think the impact has been positive. I think everyone was happy that not only that the coupons were being done away with, but the color code system was being done away with, because it just made people feel a certain kind of way. I think was rich in itself for families to feel like, wow, you actually listened to what I shared, and there's efforts of positive change being put in place.
It was like an aha moment. So it was like, wow, you're really hearing us. It's not like somebody calls and gets your opinion on something and then you don't see nothing else move. You got my opinion. I see it in black and white now. You heard me. That's that joyful moment. That's that I helped make this happen.
Monica's story is such a powerful reminder of how transformative change in our policy and our systems has a tangible and direct impact on families right now. It's also a reminder of how much more we can do when we come together behind a shared goal. Together, we can improve healthcare for all. We can ensure moms and babies experience a safe and joyous pregnancy. We can protect our communities from future outbreaks through greater access to vaccines. We've nearly met our goal thanks to your donations. Help us surpass that by making a gift right now on this page or text to donate using the information at the bottom of your screen. All donors are automatically entered into a raffle to win a signed jersey and basketball from Chicago Bulls point guard Colby White. You can also purchase a virtual gift card pool, and everyone wins when you receive a surprise gift card valued at a minimum of $25 to a woman or minority-owned business. You can have a chance to support businesses like Semicolon Bookstores and McBride Sisters Wine. Whatever you can give today will go towards advancing health equity in Illinois.
I'm Ellen Mason, and I'm a founding board member of EverThrive, Illinois. And I'd say it means committing to the work that we started over 30 years ago and applying ourselves to the very critical and complex problems that we find ourselves in today. Back in the 80s, when the group came together, things were a mess. I mean, kids didn't have health insurance, women couldn't access prenatal care, women in labor could be sent away from emergency rooms if they didn't have good insurance, the right insurance, any insurance. And it was hard to access contraception or safe reproductive health services even though they were legal. So we started out with an equality framework, okay? The idea of, okay, you fly first class and you fly business and you fly economy and you fly coach and we all get to the same place at the same time. And guess what? It didn't result in great outcomes. So that's where we find ourselves now. Rising rates of Black women dying in pregnancy and in the postpartum year. No change and actually widening of the Black-white infant mortality gap. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do? We need to have an equity lens, and the equity lens looks at systems broadly, and it takes into account the perspective of those who are not doing well, and it creates services and access that engender trust, that are high quality, and that allow people to live their best lives and to achieve their fullest potential.
I have the distinct pleasure of introducing the 2021 EverThrive Illinois Changemaker. This award recognizes those in our community who have profoundly impacted the health of women, children, and families, and who exemplify EverThrive Illinois values as a champion of health equity. This year, the EverThrive Illinois Changemaker Award goes to Dr. Suzette McKinney. As a nationally recognized expert in her field, Dr. McKinney has nearly 2 decades of experience protecting and promoting health. Thanks to her extensive background in public health and emergency preparedness, Dr. McKinney's leadership in response to COVID-19 has been instrumental in ensuring that communities can access information, resources, and high-quality care. Dr. McKinney's work is leading the state in creating effective and holistic solutions to bridge racial and social inequities in healthcare. Congratulations, Dr. McKinney.
I'm Dr. Suzette McKinney, Principal and Director of Life Sciences for Sterling Bay. I grew up here in the city of Chicago. I am a native Chicagoan, and I grew up on the south side of Chicago. My parents always stressed the value and the importance of education. And while I didn't understand it then, now as an adult, looking back on my childhood, I really understand why my parents stressed education and hard work so much. Since the age of 5, I wanted to be a doctor, specifically a pediatrician, because I always wanted to help people. As I decided on my career goals, I thought becoming a pediatrician would help me not only help babies, but also help their mothers and help their families to create better health care and better health outcomes for those children. And a large part of my public health practice has been ensuring or bridging the gap between healthcare inequities and social inequities for the most vulnerable among us, but especially women and children. Much of our work at the Illinois Medical District centered around improving healthcare, health education, biotechnology, and technology innovation. But we also had a mission, as part of our mission, to improve economic growth. One of the things that became evident to me early on in my tenure at the medical district was how being economically disadvantaged really impacted the health outcomes of the communities that were living and residing on the west side of Chicago. And so our work really began to take shape around identifying ways to improve the economic outlook of these communities as a way to also improve their health inequities and their social and financial and economic inequities as well. And so in doing so, we established partnerships with community-based organizations. One of the most notable was Westside United, but also with private businesses to identify opportunities that would create employment or training opportunities that would lead to employment for residents living on the west side of Chicago, but especially women. I truly believe that when you improve a person's economic outlook, it frees them up to be able to think more consciously about their health care and other aspects of their lives, social aspects of their lives that can impact the health of their families. Receiving the EverThrive 2021 Changemaker Award is such an honor for me and such a pleasure because it recognizes the work that I've been doing at the community level, which many times is the level that people tend to forget. Just the fact that EverThrive is so active on the south side of Chicago, that their work centers around creating health equity and improving outcomes for women and children and families in these vulnerable communities, says to me that there's something about it that I'm doing right. And I couldn't be more honored, and I'm just so appreciative to EverThrive for giving me this honor, but also just recognizing that work.
When I envision a healthier, thriving Illinois, I envision an Illinois where anyone can get the quality care they deserve to live their best life, their most fulfilled life, their most connected life with their family and friends.
Hi, my name is Anastasi Sinat. I am a board member with EverThrive, Illinois. Welcome, greeting, bienvenue, bienvenido. I'm here to kind of tell you what does it mean being a champion for health equity. And I think that being a champion for health equity means you care. Quite frankly, CARE could be an acronym as to what I believe EverThrive is passionate about. Contraceptive justice, advocacy for health reform, respect for the choices of families, encouragement of high quality health care for all Illinois families. I think when you care and you put care into the work that you do, that is how Illinois can envision themselves thriving, healthier, and better. So I encourage you to continue to be a champion. I encourage you to show your passion I encourage you to just care.
I would say being a champion for health equity means that I get to use my knowledge, my power, my skills to really elevate the voices of disenfranchised community to ensure equity for all. I would say my passion for health equity is being met by the energy and enthusiasm that I bring forth to my work, especially at a time like this during a pandemic where the work of public health is so critical and so important. And I'm just grateful that not only EverThrive, but that I get to contribute to moving the needle forward in the landscape of public health. A healthier, thriving Illinois looks like we, as the state of Illinois, lead by example in showing the world what working with community and for community ensures that we really dismantle systems of oppression and that we rebuild systems that are trustworthy and equitable for all.
As we bring this night to a close and you make your final gifts, I cannot thank you enough for your support of EverThrive Illinois tonight and throughout the year as we fight for racial, economic, and health justice for every Illinois community. It is a privilege to stand beside you in this work, and I look forward to many more future wins for women, children, and families. Help us amplify our impact by sharing our work with your friends, neighbors, and colleagues so that our band of health champions continues to expand. Please don't forget to celebrate the progress, big and small, that is making a difference in lives each and every day. From all of us here at EverThrive Illinois, thank you and have a great night.